Hello, beautiful souls. I'm going to do a podcast while we're doing this. Multitasking. 2022. So big, 2022. But before we go there, let's do a recap on what happened on 2021. For me, anyway. Personally, I just want to thank you. I am so grateful for everything that is, tuning into what's going on in our journeys. In my Anchor podcast, I reached 43 countries. It's mind blowing. So I'm so inspired to do more, to serve more. And 2021, what a year! This year, starting around December 2020, I have published Collective Awakening, and it became a bestseller, I think around, not sure now, January or December, because this is such a new baby. So Collective Awakening was published, and the first few months of 2021, I heard my Masters of Light, to start teaching 9 weeks of karma clearing. And I wasn't sure what is 9 weeks of karma clearing. Then they led me to this book, 9 Weeks Karma Clearing, which has been a bestseller as well. So I have 2 bestsellers this year, 2021, Collective Awakening, 9 Weeks Karma Clearing. Such an intense year of purification. So 9 weeks karma clearing is my detox from my karmic imprints of sexuality and death. So if I look at this year, I have healed very deep layers of my archetypes, which is a femme fatale. This femme fatale came out of the blue in July 30th, 2021, when Buddha, my cat, passed away. For 5 days, I was healing my body, releasing shame, guilt. I was nude in Crescent Beach. And I was also going through a rapture. It's like I was taken away from my body, and this femme fatale was animated in defense of my helpless body. When I was 6 months old, I was an infant, I was being molested by the babysitters. And within like 2 years, I was 2 years old when I had a near-death experience, clinically dead of diphtheria in the hospital. So this is a full circle, and I'm also in my Saturn return. So Saturn return means your first year of Saturn return, it comes around 29 years, 28 to 29 years. So if you look at your life when you're 28 years old, what is happening and what's going on, what are your karmic patterns, and if you come into a second circle of your Saturn return, which is what I'm going now, is my 58, right? I have come into a space where I know why I'm here for. It's such a beautiful, blissful space. It's a blessing to truly connect, fully human and fully divine. And that's why I am writing, I am expressing my creative self. My artist is fully activated. So now I want to go back to this year. My fourth child, Tristan, he's actually 28. So I had him when I was going through my Saturn return. And it's wild because Tristan was born in January 4th, and that's a Capricorn. And Saturn is the planet of Capricorn. We're actually in Capricorn sign right now. And in January 2nd, we're going to have a new moon. So right now you're feeling this energy of creation. What is your new project for next year, 2022? The vibration of 6. 6 is the vibration of nourishment, mother, the home, acceptance, fully embodying. It's an embodiment. It's a beautiful energy of vision, acceptance and vision. So in October 2nd, we had this beautiful wedding of my son, Tristan, and Vanessa. So that was so surreal. I felt like I was witnessing so much love because Tristan and Vanessa's love is so pure. They were teenagers when they found each other. You know, people are so blessed when they have this pure love, right? Like a life of purity, simplicity. This couple is such a blessing for me to see them in that pure state. So by this year, I started teaching the Filipinos, and I found a beautiful soul, Krish. And yeah, so for a year, I've been teaching Akashic Records, 9 weeks karma clearing, through a Zoom. And it's such a beautiful payback, right? It's like paying back to the country that I was born from. So it's my ancestors, it's my ancestral land. So we just finished 9 weeks karma clearing with my Vancouver students, and now preparing for my galactic blueprints. It's actually an amazing time for me to launch this book that I've written on 2014. Can you imagine? I wrote the future and I needed to vibrate in that frequency, in a higher frequency. So basically what happened is on 2014 I started writing the star lotus, which is my logo, is a star lotus. So it's like a Merkaba with the lotus in the heart chakra. And as I work on my channeling, I've written so many chapters around it. It shifted into a galactic blueprints, which I am going to teach on 2022 on how to access your Akashic records in the stars and planets. You know, like you've lived these lives. So it's like an interplanetary, interdimensional, multidimensional blueprints. Because my focus on for 13 years was to help people clear their planetary body, tap into your past lives in the planet, in Mother Earth. And as I studied the records, I had been tapping into the Atlantis archangels for like last year, 2020. I was teaching the Atlantis archangels. And that activated the past life in ancient Egypt, in Lemuria, right? Because collective awakening was presented to me in Hawaii, in Waikiki, yeah, Honolulu, in March 7, 2020. Okay, I'm kind of getting confused with the years because it's like a blur, right? When we enter that vibration of strict restriction, constriction, we're in a contractive state, kind of like giving childbirth, but we needed to be in this contraction so then we can birth. So talk about birth. Waniska Nora Hill was born on December 14th. She's a full-on fire Sagittarius, moon and sun on Sagittarius. So my granddaughter gave me so much joy, fire, and I just feel so blessed. I feel so blessed, and I feel like, because I believe I've done the work and I'm still doing the work every moment, every breath of my life. And I feel everything is alive. My plants, the crystals, you know, it's like we are vibrationally vibrating. It's so beautiful. I was walking today, just really tapping into the galaxy, because as I start the year, I am paying attention to the galactic blueprints. So you're going to be seeing a lot of symbology, like sacred geometry that I have tapped into for many years. And yeah, so it's coming into a full circle, and tonight my plan is to channel the Zolkins, the timekeepers. And I feel this vortex, you know, like the two portals, the sun and the moon. I literally wrote that I think the other day in Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram. Like the sun is our feminine, like actually it's actually the moon is the feminine, it's the emotions, it's the dark night of the soul, your emotional body, the yin yang, right? And the masculine is the sun, nurturing us, giving us you know, the beautiful activations. When I'm in the sun, when I feel the sunshine, the sunlight, it nurtures my body, my being. It's like a plant accessing photosynthesis. So this December was quite, it felt like a tsunami, you know. My daughter-in-law's father, Vincent, passed away, and within 2 days my granddaughter was born. Okay, let me just drink. And then on December 24th, I found out one of my best friend's son, Steven, died, and he was only 29. So it's like, excuse me, such roller coaster of emotions. And I was like grounded. I was observing what's going on in my energy fields. And I feel that this is like a continuum. Like the universe is showing me this is a part of our life, right? So when we are born, death is certain. When we die, rebirth is certain. So why are we lamenting? This is a fact of life. But in order for us to get into that space, that wisdom, we need to let go and surrender of the pain and sufferings that we are going through. But even though we have let go and surrender, we still had to go through it, because this is DNA, this is human body, this is attachment, this is fetus growing for 9 months in your body, and suddenly was ripped apart, was taken away. So as a human, we are grieving the loss of our children. And I think that's also the grief that we are experiencing in the collective, because there's a lot of people who are dying, and it felt like an agreement, a collective agreement. Let's just say these people that passed away this year or last year, they are in agreement that they are going to create a mass collective death. Imagine this portal that was created by this huge death. It's a huge portal of light, of ascension, because these beings are light. We are light body. So if you can visualize yourself as a light body, experiencing being human, being, being this human that can speak, right? That can express, that is that can be touched from the heart, that is having tantric explosion, right? That is sexual, that can be experiencing out of body experience, astral. So that is the multi-dimensional state of our being. When we're sleeping, we go into other planets, other galaxy, the universe. We experience our loved ones that passed on. And this month, I have a lot of dreams about body of water, ocean. I was swimming, I was drowning, I was going through all of these, tumultuous emotions. Because I pay attention to my dreams, their symbology is a metaphor for what's coming up. So it's like a prophecy. And we all have these innate gifts when we develop our intuition. But for me as a child, I am a mystic. So I had, I think when I left Earth, I had received this agreement, the gift, the open third eye. My veil was lifted, and so I could see ghost spirit. I could, I speak with the pigs, frogs. I connect to Mother Earth in the Philippines, the ocean. I was like a mermaid, a fairy. So I tap into multidimensional realms as a child. And now I am just remembering and just really reliving, recreating this, my second Saturn. To be able to help people to remember. Because remembering your sovereignty, your essence, your miraculous life, why you're here, can relieve you from suffering and negativity and fear. Starseed Transmissions. This is such a powerful book that I was reading today while I was walking in the snow. So I feel the coming year 2022, there's 3 2s, right? Such a powerful activation of partnership, harmony, unity, co-creating, collaborating, acceptance and vision. And we are receiving transmissions from the galactic beings that are assisting us for eons of lifetimes as humans. There are a lot of hybrids, children that had come here to help us, to activate our joy, our peace, coming back into a full circle with the golden light. So the golden light is the promise of Jesus, right? Like the paradise template. We are in paradise template for those who have ascended and have done the work. So you literally can ascend even you're alive in this body, because it's the vibrations of the higher consciousness. So it's like anchoring your higher self into this body to fully ground in Mother Earth, and that you have co-created an expansive gravitational force. Such an amazing lingo, right? The language of the galactic is expansive. So the transmissions that we are receiving affects your neurobiology. So like Dr. Dispenza saying about the neural pathways, right? Those are activations. You can rewire your brain. Because I think his history is about getting an accident and was able to walk and talk. I know some people that did this. And we have the capacity, the ability, when we tap into that innate strength, a strong faith. And so we don't actually die, we are eternal souls. What dies is the body, the physical, organic body that is a property from Mother Earth. So we're like the planet Earth, our planetary body. But when we leave this dimension, we're parallel. So we can still communicate, just like my son Theo, constantly communicating, leading me, directing me, loving me. So fascinating. So it merges with the awareness. You know, it's like a synthesis. So we are oscillating higher frequencies, and the humans are here to experience the singularity of consciousness. So it's like this, kind of like this. So the singular point, right? And then it expands. So that's the frequency of creation, creator. When we have the focus, kind of like a target, right? The target, the focus, singularity of consciousness. Then you connect to the divine consciousness, the superconscious, the mind of creator. Also, the living language of light. The living language of light. These are the ancestors' ancient language. There's a lot of people that can access that. Also, I think when I was practicing Catholicism, we have the gift of tongues, right? So you can literally channel this ancient language. And when we're tapping into the absolute, we don't have doubts. We're fully embodying love. And that is what's happening in your inner vibrational frequencies. So what we're doing is remembering our living memory of the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is interactive with us, collectively and personally. So the more you evolve and the more you access your higher consciousness, your higher self, your Akashic Records reaches the mastery of its soul's destiny. So it's like this Merkaba. And this is actually the birth and death portal. And those 4 axes is the 4 directions, the 4 archangels that are holding our north, south, east, west. And Metatron holds and opens the stellar gateway, and Sandalphon is the earth portal. So we're going through a lot of challenges because we are being refined. So if you can feel that there's more fear, more death, more people affected by, is it Omicron? Then because that means we're being we're detoxifying the fear. Well, when we reach the height of fear, then we break down and we have a breakthrough. So you need to see the opposite of what's being presented so you don't get attached or hooked by the negativity. Because the human unconscious is bondage. It's bonded with limitations. So when you're unconscious, and there's a lot of people who are unconscious, then you're in the matrix, right? So our infinite potential is here with us. So when your third eye is open and activated, there's a lot of symbols that will activate you and will give meaning to what's going on in your own personal life, in the collective. So everything exists in this potential, and our access to the infinite potential will lead us to infinite possibilities. Like for me, infinite potential is writing books, 2 books a year, right? I thought it was 1 book a year. Now it became 2 books a year. So with God's grace, divine grace, because we are here impermanent and uncertain. These are all teachings from Buddhism, that I've studied for many years. And so we can only say or plan, but we don't have our expiration date. With that said, we have to really become a master, to focus on what you want to create while you're in this body. So the spaceless, timeless, boundless, amazing Akashic Records is a field of vibration that we can tap into when we devote ourselves, our studies, and create relationships with these masters of light. So for the year 2022, let us pray. Let go of any tensions of the day. Let go of any worries, fear, doubt, judgments, any feelings of separation, anxiety, negativity of the year 2021. Let go and release any grief, suffering, sadness. Let go. Let it all melt down. Feel that shoulders dropping down. Let go. As we gather here tonight in our sacred space, we call upon Archangel Metatron to open the stellar gateway, the cosmic diamond portal in the celeste. Visualize this diamond portal and the 144 seraphims around the sacred source of all that is, the divine creator, the divine master. Feel that electrical, expansive energies around you, around your crown chakra, lighting up your 1,000-petaled lotus, receiving the golden light from Christ consciousness, medicine Buddha, the enlightened masters of light, and the galactic beings of light, benevolent ancestors, are here with us, gathered around us like a circle around Mother Earth. Visualize Mother Earth in the middle of our sacred circle. We are the masters that had come here to experience the soul's journey of being human. We've come here to beam our radiance, our pure light. Visualize this rainbow light beaming into Mother Earth for our collective consciousness, activating our rainbow light body, illuminating the radiant, luminous light, your auric field, your bioethereal field, your crystalline field. When we call upon the 4 archangels to seal our sacred space, Archangel Raphael from the east, the ruby, the green emerald ray of light. Feel that vibration of the emerald ray. Like the forest, the meadows, healing our heart chakra, opening the doors of our hearts to receive divine grace, forgiveness, and compassion. Sending these transmissions to our collective. To our ancestors, 7 generations before us and 7 generations to come. Blessing our families. Our loved ones. Healing those who are suffering from physical, mental, emotional, spiritual imbalance. And now we call upon Archangel Gabriel and the pure white light, the sparkling diamond light. We ask Archangel Gabriel to heighten our intuition, our gifts, feel that love from Archangel Gabriel, beautiful white light.